I don't know. I just love music. You know, I was always a huge fan of music, but I never thought it'd be like a profession. You know, nor did I think I'd ever want to get in front of people and play. I just liked music so much.
Do you have a favorite song on your album, or one that holds a very special meaning to you personally?
So I don't have. It changes every night. Some nights, some songs are more fun to play than others. A lot of it has to do with the reaction of the crowd. Last night when we played, "Kill Your Heroes" was the best song to me. It was the most fun to play. So that was last night, but we'll see what happens tonight. Could be different.
What inspires you to write a song? Is it more specific events, or is it just it depends on your mood at that particular time?
I can't really say where it comes from. There's just ideas that come into my head, and I do my best to turn them into a reality as soon as I can. But I don't ever sit down with any intentions. I try to not get in the way of the idea. So if the idea comes out of the sky, I try to do my best to facilitate that little idea into a song. I do remember the first time. I was 16. And it was in a backyard high school party, no stage, obviously, and I was so scared. I mean, that was the scariest moment of my whole life, that very first show. I mean, I thought we were going to be bad, and we were very bad, actually, but people had a good time, and all our friends were there, and they supported us, and once that was done, it was a lot easier from that point on. And then, played so many shows growing up in front of only, a couple people or a handful of people at the most, that I always envisioned playing in front of a sea of people or playing these massive shows. So I guess I was training all along in my head to become, a much bigger act than I was as a kid.
How do you remember your time at school? Did you like going to school, or did you hate it? Were you a good student?
I loved it and I hated it. I loved it because I got to be with all my best friends. I was forced to hang out with my best friends. I met a lot of the people I still play music with now in high school, so that was good. But, there were definitely times where I was misunderstood, and that may be my own fault, but I definitely had my fair share of growing pains where, I was picked on in different various ways or whatever. But, I got through it, and I'll say that anyone who's watching this or checking out this interview, that it does get better, and to not take it too seriously. The same people who picked on me, back in high school, are the same, are the people that some of the same people who are probably listening to my music now, and maybe hopefully enjoying it. So high school is such a small part of life. Youth is such a small part of life in the grand scheme of things. So I really highly recommend that no one takes it too personal, because if someone's picking on you, then they're the one who's the loser. You know what I mean? If they need to make you feel bad to make themselves feel good, well, they obviously are very insecure. And we're all insecure, right? But I think the people who act the most confident and the bullies are actually quite in fact the most insecure of all of us. So everything's gonna be okay, is what I'm trying to
say. Lyrics or melody?
Melody and lyrics, but melody first, because I normally think of melody first.
Bob Dylan or the Beatles?
The Beatles.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Star Wars or no Star Wars?
Well,
Star Wars fan?
Absolutely Star Wars, but we'll see what happens now. 1, 2, and 3 were a disgrace to the Star Wars franchise, but we just had this discussion at dinner. Now that Disney bought the rights to Star Wars and they're making 7, 8, and 9, we'll see what happens. So yeah, yes to Star Wars, but George Lucas, chill out. That made me feel like I wanted to really make music. I just from as early as I can remember, I always just loved music. So I guess I just started writing songs, but I can't say really why.